Hello!
Lettuce.
My name is Craig and your name is Greg. We're a couple of regs.
Man, we sure are.
Couple of regulars.
You know, Craig, what I was thinking is a lot of people write us, they send us, telexes and faxes.
What?
We get a lot of faxes and telexes.
What's a telex?
Well, it's we get a lot of people make mimeographs.
Okay.
And they drop off mimeographs.
Okay, no.
At our post office box.
No, they don't. We don't even have a post office box.
And they a lot of people do crayon drawings.
Okay.
To express their feelings. But
well, that might be true, but that has nothing to do with us.
But they ask us, what are our top 6.5 tips for better sleep habits? And I feel like it's time that we delve into that on this podcast because everybody wants to sleep better.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed that.
Everyone does.
I don't know if you've also noticed, I cut my lip shaving yesterday. Cut my lip right there.
Oh, I see that. I didn't notice until right now.
That's why I'm going to go unshaven today. I'm going to let it heal.
Wow. See, that's why I don't shave at all. So
yeah. See, you never get any lip cuts, do you?
Nope. My lips are squeaky clean.
I thought you were going to say sealed.
Oh, I should have said.
You should have said sealed. You messed up.
Damn it.
But here's the thing about when you cut your lip shaving. You cut your lip and all of a sudden it hurts and you're like, oh, God damn it, what did I do? Because you don't really know what you did. You're just shaving like you normally shave.
Yeah.
But sometimes I forget and I do the razor sideways instead of up and down.
Yeah.
If you do the razor sideways, boy, that cuts right through your skin.
Don't do that then.
I try not to do that, but every once in a while I'm like, maybe I'll try it sideways.
You mean the sharp end blade?
Take the blade and just rub the blade sideways against my skin.
No, don't do that.
Turns out that always cuts your skin when you do that. Every single time.
That'll just slice. That's all it'll do.
Well, there should be a warning on it. Up and down only, no sideways.
There probably is, but there doesn't need to be.
I didn't see any warning.
Did you read it? The packaging?
I did read the packaging, and
you?
It's mostly about cancerous chemicals and stuff.
You didn't read.
Don't burn and inhale this razor.
No, what?
A lot of times people
were
get
you
a
reading
razor
the packaging of a cigarette?
They light it on fire and they burn it and they inhale it.
Were you reading a cigarette box?
It might have been a cigarette box.
Okay.
Now that I think about it, because it doesn't really make sense. Most people don't light their razors on fire.
You don't smoke. Why did you have a cigarette box?
Guys, don't light your razors on fire. When I buy my razors, they come in a cigarette box. Let's listen. Let's not talk about the details. We're trying to talk
I want to know where
sleep.
you're getting your razors. That doesn't sound.
I buy them at Walgreens, and that's why Walgreens has been closing multiple locations. Recently.
Oh, because they've been selling razors in cigarette boxes.
Do you know why I prefer Walgreens over CVS? Because CVS has those weird, their aisles are at an angle.
Yeah.
You walk in the store and everything's at an angle, and I'm like, can't you just put everything straight?
Also, the ones I've been to have dirty carpeting.
The CVS's?
Yeah.
When I go to CVS, I feel like I'm in Boston. Can't you just make straight roads?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and everyone's got a Boston accent.
Everyone's got a Boston accent, and they're like, "Hey, did you park the car outside?" I'm like, "Of course I did."
Is it dark out there?
You want some coffee?
No, that was Archie Bunker's wife.
I don't
What's
really
her name?
Edith Bunker.
Edith Bunker. Yeah.
It's weird that you remember Archie Bunker, but you can't remember Edith Bunker.
Archie's the one everyone remembers. Come on, Edith.
Edith was always my favorite.
I never really watched the show very much. I just remember the thing that made the most impression on me was the intro. So,
boy, the way Glenn Miller played. You don't even know the next line? You don't even know songs that made the hit parade?
No, I don't.
You don't even know that?
I've not seen... This show was on before I was born.
Yeah, so what?
Yeah.
It's okay to watch things that existed before you.
I have seen some. I did not binge the entire show.
Did you know that they used to make movies in black and white?
I've seen many of them.
Have you really?
Yes.
But you didn't watch all of All in the Family?
The entire run of All in the Family is a much bigger commitment than one black and white movie.
It sounds to me like you're making excuses for not preparing for this podcast.
I didn't really like the show that much anyway.
What?
No.
But it's about a guy who's really bigoted and says horrible things.
It's not that.
And he's got a son. He's got a son-in-law who's Polish, and he makes a lot of Polish jokes.
I get why it was a big deal when it was on, but it just didn't connect with me.
I have a theory, and I haven't researched this, but I have a theory that people didn't make Polish jokes until All in the Family.
Could be.
Like before then, Poles were just like, oh, they're just, a bunch of nice, friendly, intelligent people. And then all of a sudden, Archie Bunker started making all these Polish jokes that Polish people are dumb. And then all of a sudden, there's Polish jokes everywhere.
There's always these characters that they put in shows that they're supposed to highlight like bad behavior, but yet they end up mimicking their behavior, and looking up to them.
I think that defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, because some people are idiots.
Some people are idiots. In fact, I'd say that 92% of people are idiots. Not the 8% who are listening to this podcast.
No.
They're all in the 8%. Congratulations, you guys are all in the 8%. Anyone who listens to this podcast understands irony, and that means that you are an intelligent person.
And if you don't understand, you must be, I don't know what you're getting out of this, but it must be interesting.
Earlier this morning, I understood ironing.
You did? Did you iron some clothes?
No. I just thought about it, and I understood it.
Okay. Was that for the first
time?
Sit
around and just think about ironing?
Was that for the first time you understood it?
The first time, I'm like, oh, it gets hot and it makes the clothes smooth, takes the wrinkles out.
What about that was hard to understand before? Like you're just describing what it is.
I just didn't really spend time thinking about it.
Okay.
So
when someone said, I'm going to iron my shirt, you're like, oh.
Oh, you're going to turn it into iron? Like Iron Man?
Yeah, but you've ironed clothing before,
right? How could
right?
Iron Man fly through the sky when he was made of iron? Doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't it?
Too heavy to fly.
I feel like
too heavy to fly.
We have lots of examples of various metals flying in the air.
I just want to say, I think that whole Iron Man thing, I think, I think they faked that entire documentary.
Huh. Yeah.
And because for one thing, I have seen the subject of the documentary in other actual movies. He's an actor. His name is Robert Downey Jr.
Right, yeah.
He's the son of Robert Downey Sr.
Yeah. Iron Man debunked, folks.
Yeah, so I'm thinking
that's the name of this episode.
That whole Iron Man thing is fake. That guy can't even fly.
Do you realize that's the name of this episode? Iron Man debunked?
It's not going to be top 6.5 ways to on the road to better sleep.
Oh, that's why you said that.
To enjoy.
That's why you said that before.
Well, because that's something that people would search for. Like, how do I sleep better? I better look at podcasts.
Okay, that's the title. You're right. That's the title. Top 6.5
ways to guide you for better sleep. For sleep.
Yeah.
To better on the road to better sleep time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that the reason they'll click is to be like, well, what is the half tip? They're going to wonder, like, 6.5.
I got your half tip right here. You know what I'm saying?
Are you talking about your penis?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Why do you always think I'm talking about my penis?
Because you are. I think even metaphorically, you're always talking about.
I'm usually talking about. It's true. I'm usually talking about my penis.
When you're talking about Iron Man before, that was your penis.
Oh, because I got all the wrinkles out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's what you meant, right?
Oh, God.
That's what old people do to their penises. They iron it because when you get old, your penis gets all wrinkled. I'm guessing.
I was unaware of it. Oh, you're just guessing.
I'm just guessing. Like when you get in your 90s or 100s.
Don't try.
I'm going to iron my penis, get all the wrinkles out.
No, don't try.
Yeah, and make it nice and flat.
No.
Women like a nice flat penis.
This is hurting me, this conversation.
Maybe the title of this episode is A Nice Flat Penis.
No.
Well, we already had the last episode be about Christmas prostitutes.
That's true.
So I guess we've kind of covered the sex angle, for this year.
Yeah. Sex Angle is the name of my first album.
All right. Tip number 1. Go ahead, Craig. Tip number 1 for better sleep. I'm okay.
Work out a lot, so much, way too much during the day and exhaust yourself. Just work out all day long and get really exhausted. Yeah.
Tip number 2, eat a lot of bananas, like 700-800 bananas.
That will, I mean, you won't be able to poop, I don't think, after that. But
you won't, but you'll be like, you will feel so like sick and exhausted and worn out.
Yeah.
Bam. You'll sleep like a baby.
You might go unconscious.
You will
That's
sleep
true. Yeah.
like you eat 700 to 800 bananas at once.
Yeah, you will go unconscious.
Sleep like a baby.
You'll probably not be able to breathe.
Okay.
I don't think.
Tip number 3.
Number 3, go to bed every night at a consistent time.
Tip number 4, try not to eat too many bananas.
Okay.
They are constipating, and the constipation might keep you awake.
I think. Yeah. Okay. Is that the reason? That's the only reason? Just because they're constipating?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay.
Tip number 5.
Yeah. Tip number 5. have a nice cup of tea before bed.
Yeah, a nice cup of caffeinated tea with extra caffeine. You can actually just shake in a little extra caffeine. If you have a caffeine shaker, shake it right in there.
No, that's caffeine. Caffeine will keep you awake.
Shake in some extra caffeine in that tea.
No. Just like herbal tea.
Did you know there was a guy who loved tea so much he called himself Mr. T? He was an actor.
Yeah,
famous actor.
I don't think that was why, though.
I like to drink tea. I'm Mr. T.
I pity the fool.
I pity the fool who don't drink tea.
That's not what he said. He never said that.
Tip number 6. You can have some bananas if you want to. Doesn't matter.
Okay, so one of the tips is very adamant. You need a lot of bananas. One is no bananas, and then one is what do you want? Yeah. Okay.
Take bananas. Have some bananas if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And finally, the half tip. The one you've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
Tip 6.5. Go, Craig.
The greatest secret for better sleep is to.
There's your half tip. Okay. Good. And that's great. And I love that you saved the best one for last.
I did. Yeah, it was the greatest one.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
I need to go get a whole bunch of bananas or no bananas or maybe some bananas. That list reminded me of the things that I need to do.
We'll go to 3 different stores.
I'm going to go to 3 different stores. I'm going to go to that one store I'm going to go to one store that's called Lots of Bananas.
Yeah.
And then there's another store that I love to go to. It's called No Bananas.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And then my third store that I go to is we might have some bananas today.
Okay, I like the idea of a store that just has no bananas. It's like it has everything. It's a regular grocery store, but they just never have bananas. They will never.
And they're so committed to it that they call the store No Bananas.
No bananas. I love it. You go to the produce aisle, they have all the fruit, all of it, but no bananas.
Yep. There's not even a place for bananas.
No, they don't want you. They don't want to have bananas. They just don't. Yeah. They have every other fruit. They have plantains.
I can't imagine stores make a lot selling bananas. I mean, bananas are like $0.25 a piece.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine stores like that. That's a big moneymaker for the stores. Why are bananas so cheap? It really is the perfect fruit.
Well, I think they've been genetically modified over years to be easy to grow. Probably.
Okay. Yeah, but hasn't everything?
Yeah, but especially bananas.
Especially bananas.
Yeah. Apparently, bananas used to taste different.
Oh, I know.
And
I remember back in the 1950s, boy, they tasted great.
Okay. No.
They did. They were terrific. I'm assuming what I'm doing is I'm playing the character of someone who lived in the 1950s, and I have read that also, that bananas, like, they were a very different tasting fruit.
And then
I love the way they are now, but I'm sure they were better back in the 50s.
Could have been, but I think they had to modify them because of environmental reasons. It was hard to grow them. They were going extinct, so they had to change them.
Didn't we already talk about how Brussels sprouts are a different thing now than they used to be? Did we talk about that?
I don't think
Brussels sprouts have changed, because now you go to like some funky cool restaurants and they always have like fried, Brussels sprouts with some like olive oil, balsamic glaze, whatever. They're crispy on the outside. They're really delicious. I love Brussels sprouts.
I do now. I didn't as a kid.
As a kid, I hated them. Turns out they're actually very different. They used to be much more bitter, and now they're much more better.
The Brussels sprouts themselves changed? I thought it was just the way we prepared them.
Both have.
Okay.
The Brussels sprouts themselves have changed. That they have engineered the bitterness out of them, so that they are actually a better tasting vegetable. Well, we prepare them better.
That's capitalism at work, folks.
How about that, guys?
Yeah.
For those of you who feel like you don't like capitalism, now you can eat Brussels sprouts and enjoy them.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to be sad as a child eating your boiled, bitter Brussels sprouts. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
I don't like being sad. I'm not a fan of being sad.
Being sad's okay sometimes. It depends on what you're being. No.
I do love it.
Depends on what you're being sad about.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do need a good cry.
Oh, absolutely. Do you want to cry right now? You can cry if you like. Okay. No one's ever cried on my podcast before, so be happy if my guest went ahead and cried. There he goes. Yeah. That's it. Get it all out. I know. Life is hard. I know. Get it out. Get it out. Get it the fuck out. Get it the fuck out of your body.
What are you saying?
Get the sadness the fuck out of your body. Get it out, bitch. All right, you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, great. That was good. See, that was cathartic, right?
It was kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel refreshed.
And I hope that any of you listening at home, if there are any of you left listening to this podcast, I hope that you all were able to have a good cry along with Craig Benzine.
Yeah. You want to cry?
Yeah, but on the inside.
Okay. Why?
I feel like that's where it counts. On the inside, I feel like on the outside, it's just very showy.
Yeah.
But on the inside, that's the real stuff.
I feel like that's unhealthy to just.
I'm gonna do it. Hang on.
Okay. That's smiling. That's like daydreaming smile is what that is. You're looking up and you're smiling.
Had a good interior cry.
No.
On the inside, on the interior of my brain.
That's burying your emotions, Greg. That's
unhealthy.
No. Unhealthy.
It's not unhealthy.
I think it is, yeah.
Felt great. I felt great. I feel like a new man.
Okay. No, Greg, this is going to lead to problems. I feel like
so?
if you bury your... Maybe not, people say that, but I don't know how true that is.
I think that there are some people who bury their emotions their entire lives until they themselves are buried.
Yeah, and they live to a full 90-something years old.
98 years old.
98.
They live to be exactly 98, and they die on their 90th birthday.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's just what some people do.
Wait, exactly on their birthday?
Yeah. A lot of people who bury their emotions, they live to be exactly 98 years old.
I bet is an example of someone who buried their emotions their entire life and died on their 98th birthday.
Yep. Absolutely.
There's probably one example of
probably
that.
More than that.
Maybe a handful.
I bet a lot of people bury their emotions, and plenty of people die on their 98th birthday.
Yeah, but I don't know what are we talking about?
I mean, the question you just asked can kind of apply to every moment in every episode we've done.
That's true.
What are we talking about?
What are we even
What
talking
is this?
What is this?
Why are we doing this?
I don't know.
Should we quit now? I mean, this is episode 105.
No.
We should not?
No, I'm going to bury my emotions. I'm going to bury my desire to quit.
Push them deep down.
And I'm just going to push through this. Yeah.
Oh, I had some water. Oh, for those of you who are not watching the video. Yeah. I mean, the ones watching the video are like, Greg's drinking water.
Can you drink water without making noise? Can you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Hang on.
What is that?
You're right. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. Hang on.
What is that?
It's hard. I didn't realize how hard it is to drink water without making noise.
It's not hard.
It is difficult.
No.
You have a coffee there. Try to drink that silently. Go ahead. Oh, come on. You've just missed a great opportunity for comedy.
What do you mean?
You're supposed to pick it up and go, I'm supposed to go, see, it's hard. But you don't want to play along.
No, I'm playing the straight man.
Yeah, you're the straight man. You don't want to play along.
No.
All right, I get it.
No.
That's fine.
That's part of comedy.
I know, but still, it was a great opportunity. I set you up. Mm-hmm. It was a great. Let's go back again.
Let's try again. Okay.
All right. So we pretend like I was just doing it. Oh, you're right. That's really difficult to do. Here, try it. Try to drink some coffee. God damn it, you son of a bitch. Man, I feel like you did that on purpose.
Well, it was funny.
It was funny.
Yep,
it was good times. Mm-hmm. How many coffees is that for you this morning?
Number 2.
Hey, I had a number 2 this morning also.
You had a number 2?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Are you talking about poop?
I am talking about poop, and I had 2 coffees.
Okay. Coffee makes you poop.
I know. I had 2 coffees, and I pooped.
Great.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Good day. So last 2 episodes ago, we talked about being halfway through the movie Beverly Hills Cop.
Right.
4.
And guess what
Axel F.
Guess what we did last night, folks?
We finished.
Hang on. Let's let them guess. Give them a few minutes.
No, okay.
Let's give them 5-10 minutes.
Okay, should we sit here in silence?
Yeah, just sit here while they guess.
Okay.
Yeah. We should probably react.
On.
We should react to their guesses.
While we sit in silence, I'm going to have a drink of this coffee.
Okay.
Silence.
That's more like it. That is more like it. That's my new favorite thing.
See, now we got all options for that joke.
We really do.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, are your guesses done? You all got it wrong. I don't know why you would guess these things.
You guys are dumb sometimes.
John, Steve, Elizabeth, Jerry, Michelle, you all got it wrong. No, the answer was we finished watching the movie.
Yeah, we did.
Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F.
Yeah. You know what? It wasn't very good. I didn't like it at all.
The problem with it is nobody warned me that it's a drama. It's a slow, repetitive drama.
Badly written drama.
And it repeated several things, and I found those things to be repetitive, and it didn't need to repeat them because it would repeat certain things. Certain scenes were repetitive.
The plot was...
And they repeated the repetitive things.
Like you're doing, yes. The plot was convoluted, confusing. I didn't care. And it wasn't funny. And
also, Eddie Murphy, as he's gotten older, doesn't have the energy that he used to have. He's very laid back now. He's very laid back, Axel Foley.
Yes, he is. But the cast,
and he never went.
But the cast being old, I don't think is an excuse because
they are old.
I saw My Name Is Dolomite, which was years ago, but he was still old.
That was great.
That was a great movie. He was.
But
funny.
you know what wasn't great?
What?
Coming to America.
Well, I didn't want to see it. It didn't look good to me.
Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah, but he can do it. My Name Is Dolomite's good. And
do you know?
And I just saw the movie Thelma. That's full of old people, and it's great.
I got to see that.
Yeah.
Do you know what Eddie Murphy's worst sequel is? In my opinion, what do you think Eddie Murphy's worst sequel is?
Nutty Professor 2? No.
The Clumps.
I haven't seen it.
The
but
Clumps.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Because Nutty Professor is such a funny movie.
Yeah.
And the Clumps just takes all the comedy out of it, and he's still doing the characters, and you're like, but why isn't any of this funny? Like really, why isn't any of it funny?
I think he relies a lot on improv, and often, and sometimes he nails it, but then you can also just not.
That's the thing about improv. I feel like the problem with improv is a lot of people just make it up as they go along.
Yeah, that's what improv is.
Yeah. And I feel like that's the downfall of improv.
But that is what it is.
I think the best improv has been meticulously planned.
No.
Mapped out.
I knew you were
scripted.
going to this way. I knew this is what you were going to do.
And that is the best improv.
And you know what? It sounds like this is improv right now, but you've said this to me before, so this is rehearsed.
Yeah.
What you're doing.
I said this earlier to you this morning.
No, not this morning. No.
Not this morning.
No.
I did not say this to you this
morning. I think it was either a previous...
It was a previous
one of these episodes. Or a Bad Movies Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow! I can't believe you knew what I was going to say
because we planned that.
Yeah,
we rehearsed that. We said let's say this part together. Remember how that's called the unison part.
We didn't do that.
We did. We said let's do this in unison, and we're going to do this next part in unison also.
Okay.
And now it's time for the Patreon only bonus section. God damn it!
Oh,
you fucked it up. Starting now.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/2guystalkingaboutlettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
That's the end of the Patreon-only bonus section. We hope that you enjoyed it. It was
a good time.
It was contentious.
Was it?
It was a bit contentious.
I don't know. I didn't notice.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Now, you were about to tell everyone what your grandmother's advice was to all of them to live a happy life.
My grandmother's advice was just got to do stuff. Do it good.
Yeah.
Do it good.
Do it good.
And don't do bad stuff.
Yeah.
And the stuff that makes you feel bad, don't do it.
Don't do that. Do the good stuff.
Do the good stuff.
Hey, man.
But also often do nothing. Play a lot of Zelda.
Your grandmother suggested you play a lot of Zelda.
She did.
Listen, they say that with age brings wisdom, and I think that you've just disproven that.
What?
Yeah.
I've just disproven that?
You've disproven that.
Oh. My grandma was a wise woman.
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like she just said things that everybody already knows. Eat healthy food and get exercise and be happy and spend time with your friends. Everybody knows all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I've seen surveys where there's someone who did a documentary or some kind of study where they interviewed people who were dying, basically, or like very old,
sounds
near
hilarious.
Near death, and explaining their regrets in life.
And they all said, "Oh, I wish I played more Zelda."
They said, I wish I played more Zelda.
Is that really what they said? Seriously?
Yeah, all of them.
I wish I played more Zelda.
Every single one of them.
I'd never defeated the big boss.
Yeah, Ganon.
Ganon?
Yeah. Ganondorf, if you
Ganondorf.
want. Yeah. No, they would say things...
Did you ever watch Ganondorf on Golf? Tim Conway?
No, I did not.
Oh my gosh, he would like put his knees in his shoes so that he looked really short.
I doubt it was called Ganondorf on Golf.
And he was the big boss who would try to fight you in Zelda.
No, I feel like you're mixing things up here.
I don't know about that. Anyway, go on. Tell me more about your grandmother.
They would all say things like they wish they had spent less time working, more time with the people they loved in their lives.
Wow,
but I don't take that to mean like, oh, that's what I should be doing now, because they're at the end of their life. They don't have a job. They don't have any worries.
Well, here's the thing about work. You got to make money because you have to save money because when you stop working, when you retire, that money has to carry you through retirement, and your retirement, for all you know, might go like 40 years.
Yeah, you don't know.
You might retire at 65 and then live to 105.
When you're at the end of your life, you already know how it went. So then you can go back and be like, oh yeah, I wish I would have done this. But you don't know that when you're younger.
Yeah.
You can't know that.
And you're trying to give advice to younger people? Like, yeah, you know what you ought to do? You ought to stop working and spend time with your family. Great, I'm spending time with my family. Now we're dirt poor.
Exactly.
And now we're homeless.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot, older person.
Ow.
Money is important. And that's why we do this podcast. We do it purely for the money. And I want to do a shout out to our Patreon supporters. Thanks to you guys, we get I think it's up to about $45 a month.
Yeah. So if we're doing this for the money,
and we split that.
We're really dumb then if we're doing this for the money.
No. We split it 50-50, so it's even.
Oh, I thought it was uneven. Okay, now I'm going to change what I'm about to say.
All the money that comes in, we split it evenly. And with that, like let's say we get $22.50 a month. Like if we're splitting $45 a month, we get $22.50 a month. I mean, think of all the stuff you can do with that $22.50. You can throw it in the garbage.
You don't do that. I mean, you could get a meal for yourself.
You could light it on fire.
Depending on where you go, you get a couple meals for yourself.
Yeah, like if you go to like Wolfgang Puck, you go like Spago in Beverly Hills.
Or if you go get groceries, you could have multiple meals for yourself.
You go get some groceries, you walk right up to the seafood section, you say, give me 10 lobsters.
No, I don't. You need. Kim should do the shopping.
I'm not good at shopping. Yeah, I'm not really good at buying things.
No.
I don't really understand monetary value.
No, in fact, Kim should just take care of you. You should. Just
if we were in
do
Maine,
nothing.
I think if we were in Maine, you could buy 10 lobsters for $22. I think they're that cheap in Maine. In Maine, lobsters are so common. Nobody even wants them.
No, I don't think they're that cheap.
They'd ship them out to other people. They're like, we don't even want these lobsters.
Oh, these things that people pay good money for?
We've eaten too many lobsters.
They probably sell all of them to Red Lobster, the restaurant.
A lot of people don't know this about Red Lobster. Red Lobster does not use real lobsters.
What?
Yeah, that's such a cheap thing. They're famous for their buttery biscuits, and their lobsters are just their buttery biscuits in lobster shape.
I don't think so.
People love their buttery biscuits.
I think
are they cheesy biscuits? Are they cheesy and buttery?
I don't know. I haven't been to a Red Lobster in probably 30 years.
I haven't either. I boycotted them ever since I booked a Red Lobster commercial, and I had to cut a Hawaiian vacation short to come home and shoot the Red Lobster commercial, which I did. I came home after spending like 1 or 2 nights in Hawaii, and then I shot the commercial, and then they cut me out of the commercial. So I got no residuals. I cut a Hawaiian vacation short,
and everything you do is for money.
Didn't make a damn bit of money off of it, and everything I do is for money, as I've explained here on this podcast.
If everything we did was for money, we would not be doing this podcast, because I could probably make more money in the time it takes to do these podcasts.
Oh no! You misunderstand me. I'm not trying to make more money.
Oh,
I'm trying to make less money.
And
that's why I'm doing this podcast.
Okay, why do you want less money?
Because I feel like money is the root of all evil.
Okay.
And I want to make money because you have to make money, but I want to make less of it so that I am less evil.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sound logic.
Money is the root of all evil, maybe. I don't even agree with that. I don't think money is the root of all evil.
Yeah?
No. I think
money is the root of 60% of the evil.
There are people who just want to harm other people inherently.
Without money?
Yeah.
You mean they're going to harm other people and not make money off of it?
Yes. Many do. Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a wise move. I mean, at least make some cash off it.
Like, how did Jeffrey Dahmer make money off of...
that guy made plenty of money. It's weird that you'd bring up Jeffrey Dahmer. There have been so many, like, evil people over the years, and Jeffrey Dahmer, that's old news.
I know, but that's the one that's most obviously not for money.
You know what? Nobody ever talks about Jimmy Dahmer. Everybody's always like, Jeffrey this, Jeffrey that. I wonder how Jimmy feels about that.
Huh.
It's like, nobody ever gives me any attention.
Yeah.
Also, I may or may not exist.
Sure. I bet he's very upset about that, about not knowing whether or not he exists. Imagine the existential crisis of not even knowing if you exist.
I didn't do my research, so I don't know if Jeffrey Dahmer had a brother named Jimmy.
Yeah.
You know?
And Jimmy doesn't even know.
I'm pretty sure that Jesus Christ had a brother named Jimmy Christ.
No.
I think he did. I think there was a Jimmy Christ. If you look it up, I think there was a James.
A James Christ?
I think, and people called him Jimmy.
Okay.
Here comes my man Jimmy Christ.
Does he know for sure if he exists?
My main man Jimmy Christ.
Yeah.
He knows for sure, because he was a person.
Jimmy Christ.
I think that was I think he really did have a brother that no one ever talks about. Can you imagine being the son of God's brother? And, and people are like, we got the same dad. How come people never talk about me?
There's a book called Lamb.
Lamb?
What is that? Yeah.
It's called Lamb, yes.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's called Lamb.
It's definitely called Lamb.
I have a theory that people never talked about Jimmy because one time he tried to do one of those like parlor tricks, one of those party tricks, like, oh, hey, fill that bathtub with water. I'm going to turn it into wine. Mm-hmm. And then he turned it into like root beer. And people were like, yeah, but now it's just a bathtub. Like you didn't even clean the bathtub first. It's got a bunch of root beer in it. Now it's just going to get sticky. We don't want to drink that root beer. And besides, it's like immediately losing its carbonation. Yeah, and Jimmy's like, I just performed a fucking miracle for you. I turned a bathtub full of water into root beer.
I think that would be amazing, actually.
I think it would be great.
Yeah, root beer is delicious.
It is delicious, but I wouldn't want to drink it out of a dirty, filthy bathtub.
Well, then maybe you should have done it in something else.
Somebody just took a bath in there, and you don't know if they've been dealing with diarrhea or whatever.
Back then, diarrhea was everywhere. You didn't know where diarrhea was,
I know,
it didn't matter.
That's my point. Like, you don't want to drink root beer out of a diarrhea-filled bathtub.
I'm saying that they were so used to it. It's like, this might have diarrhea in it all the time.
No, because diarrhea could kill people back then.
That's true.
You know,
and it did.
And it did. Plenty of people were dying of scurvy. Yeah. And they had the consumption. Have you ever had the consumption?
I've consumed things.
Yeah,
yes.
I do not recommend the consumption.
Okay, I won't.
That's a terrible disease.
I will decline it. But the book Lamb, I read this book.
Lamb, tell me about it.
It was a good book. I liked it. It was funny and it was interesting.
You're funny and interesting.
And it's the gospel. It's the gospel according to Biff, Christ's childhood pal.
Really?
Yeah.
Lamb.
Yep.
Lamb.
Yes, I think you might like it. Lamb.
By Christopher Moore.
Yes.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add that to my Libby list.
Okay.
See if it's got a weight on it. I guess you all are probably wondering, like, yes, you're going to get a book, but does it have a weight?
Let me... Okay, wait, they're all wondering that?
They're all wondering that.
Do they care?
Lamb.
See, I used to get books through one of those library apps, but I did. There were so many books that I wanted to read that I would have to wait for too long, and then I didn't want to read them anymore. So I started buying them
on
instead.
Libby right now. Lamb by Christopher Moore. There are 12. I'm sorry. There's 4 copies in use. 23 people are waiting total. 6 people per copy, which means it's a 12-week wait. So I will not be able to read this for 3 months.
Yeah, see, that's why
I have place to hold.
I've just started buying books again because I don't like waiting, because by the time I get the book, I don't even want to read it anymore.
Yeah, but see, that's just you, though.
That's me.
For me, I'm like, what the hell's my hurry?
Exactly.
I'll read it whenever.
Yeah,
I'll read Lamb in 3 months.
Slow Greg, they call you.
What do I Slow Greg is what they call me. Slow Greg.
Yeah.
On a slow boat to China. Not your wife.
Yeah, no, not
your wife.
No.
Not your wife.
I'm going to be saying that for the rest of my life. Anytime the country is referenced or my wife is referenced, I will say that I mean my wife, not the country, or the country, not my wife. That's something I will be saying a lot the rest of my life.
Craig, do you ever listen to podcasts? One thing that we don't talk about is other podcasts. Do you ever listen to podcasts?
I do, but not a lot.
Same here.
Yeah. I get into one for a little bit, and then I'm like, meh. The one I go back to often is Comedy Bang Bang.
Comedy Bang Bang is a lot of fun.
Yeah, because you can jump in at any time, and it doesn't matter.
And I love the host, Alexis Rockefeller. He's terrific. Huh?
Alexis Rockefeller?
I think that's his name.
Can Alexis be a guy's name?
Sure, of course it can.
Okay. Well,
Alexis, his name is Alexis Rockefeller.
well,
Alexis Miguel Rockefeller.
Scott Aukerman.
Scott Aukerman's good too.
Yeah, he's the host.
He's really good too.
He's the only host.
Okay, yeah, but he's great. He's
Sure.
great. And his interaction with Alexis Miguel Rockefeller is priceless.
I don't know who this person is.
Very funny.
Yeah, okay. I
Very
don't know
silly.
what podcast you're talking about. I did start listening to Jon Stewart's new podcast,
Oh yeah, what's that called?
The Weekly Show.
And how's that?
Pretty good. It's very political.
Does it come out every day?
No, weekly.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
convenient
Yeah.
because that's what it's called.
Yeah.
That's who'd have thought.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like lucky.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I only listen to it sometimes, and I already feel like I'm probably not going to go back to it very often.
Well, here's the thing. I don't
Yeah.
really like to keep up on political news.
Yeah.
I have found that keeping up with politics makes me unhappy. And you know what? I don't like to be unhappy.
Sure. That's why Comedy Bang Bang's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what podcast? Why did you bring this up? Do you have a podcast?
I just thought we could talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
I have listened to a number of podcasts, but like you, I tend to tire of them. But I think the one that I probably enjoy the most is sorry. It's a really good one.
What? I
And
think you.
It's a super good
You
one.
did that quiet voice thing you do when you are making stuff up or you don't want to say things.
No.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's
Yeah.
look, we're not being paid to plug other podcasts on our podcast.
Oh, and everything you do is for money.
Everything I do is for money.
Yeah.
So I will tell you what my favorite podcast is. I just won't make it intelligible. So
Okay.
if you guys want to hear a great podcast, check out his because it is so good.
Okay, wait.
It's
It's Arobi?
It's really good.
What did you say?
No. I said it's right. So it's a great
Here
podcast.
Swank? Here Swank?
No.
Is that what? No.
Here Swank is the name of Hillary Swank's podcast.
Here Swank.
I'm Hillary Swank, and this is Here Swank.
What a weird title she chose.
It really is. Well, she's not very good at podcasting.
Okay, all right.
She's really not very good
She
at
just
it.
said her last here and her last name.
Does she still act? Is she still in a thing? Is she like in a series that I don't know about?
Last thing
Hillary Swank?
Last thing I saw her in was Logan Lucky, which was like 2017.
Last thing I saw her in was $1 Million Baby. I don't know if
That's
you saw
much
that.
longer ago.
Yeah. She dies in the end.
Yeah,
For
wow.
any of you who have not seen it, that's a spoiler. Spoiler alert.
Does she die?
Yeah, she does. She dies in the end of $1 Million Baby.
She gets injured horribly, but I don't remember her dying.
Yeah, no, she dies.
I'm not sure.
That is a big spoiler, by the way. That would, if you haven't seen that movie, I've really ruined it.
It's one of those movies that goes in a different direction than you expect. I didn't love it, though. Didn't love that movie.
I like that movie. You know what else goes in a different direction and I really didn't like it? What was that movie where Matt Damon like shrinks himself down and gets really, really small?
I know what movie you're talking about. I didn't see it.
He pays a bunch of money.
Minimize or something?
It's
or
called
like
minimal size. It's called
yeah.
Minimal Size Damon.
Yeah, that's it.
And so if you guys have not seen Minimal Size Damon, don't bother.
Mm-hmm.
It is not good. You think it's going to be good. Like, oh, that's a fun little, hey, what a cool, high concept idea.
Yeah.
And then you watch it and you're like, oh, this goes in a different direction. And now it's just dumb and boring and not good.
Yeah. Why do they make dumb, boring, not good movies?
I think making movies is a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Have you ever shot crap?
It is somewhat a crapshoot, but I think there is a skill involved that you can do better. Some people do make great movies all the time.
Well, some people are more talented than other people.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then some other people are really talented and then they lose that talent. And then other people, not so talented, but then the more they make, the better they get.
Or they get lucky one time.
Yeah,
And
some people get lucky one time.
Yeah.
Looking at you, M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh.
Some people, like the guy still gets deals. He gets deal after deal.
And he makes
Hollywood keeps giving him money.
Because his movies make money. Because, well, they look good in trailers. And a lot of people actually like them.
A lot of people are like, maybe this one will be good. I feel like that's how everyone
Yeah.
goes to an M. Night Shyamalan movie now. Maybe this one's a good one?
I haven't liked one that I've seen of his since Unbreakable. But I have a friend who likes a lot of his movies. And so I think there are people like that out there. Yeah.
Oh my God, Lady in the Water is so good. Oh my God, you have to see Lady in the Water.
He likes Lady in the Water.
Oh my, come on. Nobody likes Lady in the Water.
He does.
It's so good because there's a bunch of water and then there's a lady in it. Oh my God, and she's so wet. You wait till you see her. She's like the wettest lady and there's so much water. It's like they did not skimp on the water. I'll tell you that. That's for sure.
Yeah. Did you watch that movie?
Such a garbage movie. No, I can't even watch his movies on Bad Movies Live, which is on twitch.tv/mediocrefilms every Friday and Sunday night. Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific, Sundays at 5 p.m. Pacific. Come join us. Funniest stream on Twitch. Bad Movies Live.
Oh, my God. I'm just going to let you do it every time now.
It is amazing how I fit it into nearly every episode.
It is pretty, yeah. And I like probably 10% of the time I will follow up with youtube.com/WheezyWaiter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put up videos randomly, but they're always great.
I don't know. I feel like when I do it, it just kind of flows naturally, and when you do it, it seems forced.
Wow. I feel like this whole podcast is forced.
It is. Yeah. It is, but in a good way, right?
Yeah, in a good way. Yeah.
Speaking of in a good way, I feel like you and your family, you and your lovely family, you and the two ladies you brought with you, you came here to visit, and you visited in a good way. And this is literally the last morning of your visit. I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm all right. I had something in my throat. Don't panic, everybody.
All right.
Don't panic. Everybody calm down. Take a deep breath.
Maybe if you're driving, pull over.
Yeah, pull over and take a breath.
Yeah.
It was just something in my throat.
Yeah.
I've been sick, and I still have the cough. And let's not talk about it.
Okay.
But I feel like your visit here was in a good way. You visited in a good way.
We were good visitors.
And it was lovely. We had a really nice time together. Every day we did something new and different and exciting, or the same thing every day.
Yeah.
Depending on the day.
Yeah.
We did a lot of swimming and relaxing.
A lot of swimming.
And eating of good food.
A lot of eating. It was a lot of eating.
And why don't you reveal, last night, I gave you your choice for your last supper. I said, what do you want for your last supper? And you're like, got my grandmother's salsa. I forget what you said. Your grandmother's salsa.
No, my mom's spaghetti.
Well, whatever. Mom's spaghetti, grandmother's salsa. It's the same thing.
You should have my mom's spaghetti. It's the best.
They both taste the same.
No.
Your grandmother's salsa.
My grandmother, I don't think she ever made salsa.
Well,
so
I don't know why you would choose that for your last meal then. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, you need to share with people what you really did choose for your last supper here in Los Angeles on this trip. Last night, what did you choose to eat?
Korean corn dogs from a restaurant called Two Hands.
Oh my God!
And it's apparently a chain, Two Hands.
Because I went to Denver and they had a Two Hands there also.
Yeah.
And there's several locations in Los Angeles. If you guys have a Two Hands Korean corn dogs anywhere near you, you must go.
Good Lord, they're great.
So freaking good. And you know what? Not only are the corn dogs good, and you can get cheese or beef or both inside, which is delicious. I usually get half and half, half sausage, half mozzarella. But, they also make a thing called elote, which is...
Okay, you could just say the word elote.
Yeah, all right, I'll just say it. Elote!
No, you don't have to yell. You don't have to yell when you're saying it. You don't have to... It doesn't have to be... You're not telling someone from across the room what it is. You're just saying elote.
All right.
Yeah.
They make... What it is corn.
Yeah.
And it's called elote!
Oh my God.
And it's delicious. Mexican street corn. Mexican street corn, except that
not Mexican street porn.
Mexican street porn. I think it is.
No.
I think because I get turned on when I eat it. I think it is Mexican street porn.
Okay.
They put so much stuff on it that an ear of corn is 630 calories.
Yeah,
that's like eating a cheeseburger.
Yeah, it's real good.
It's not a healthy thing.
Thick.
They put so much stuff on it. It's so flavorful. It's so good.
Yeah.
So next time you're at Two Hands, be sure and try an elote.
No, you can just. In fact, from now on to counter that, I'm going to say elote every time. Yeah.
They also have good drinks there. They have their dirty tots are good. Their kimchi fries are good. Like it's just
dirty tots,
place.
like dirty children.
No, tater tots.
Okay, tater.
Yeah. I can understand. How
I haven't had any of their drinks there. I don't.
The beverages are delicious.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But it was great. And
they make a lemonade that they put strawberry in, and you'll never get what it's called.
Strawberry lemonade.
No, raspberry lemonade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I was wrong about the strawberry. It has raspberry.
Okay. 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 That makes sense then. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm incorrect, but at least I
want to apologize?
I do want to apologize to people.
Yeah.
I want to apologize that I misremembered what they put in the strawberry lemonade. They put in raspberry, and it's not called strawberry lemonade.
Okay.
So now I've corrected myself. No, it turns out I was right the first time. It's strawberry lemonade.
Oh,
and it
okay.
has strawberry in it.
Oh, okay.
So I rescind my apology.
What did you just confirm? How did you just confirm that?
I just heard. I'm on the line right now.
Yeah.
Hang on. I got Nick Nolte.
Okay.
Nick Nolte is telling me right now that...
Hey, Greg.
Yes, Nick.
Hey, it's actually strawberry.
Do you know what I really didn't like about Beverly Hills Cop? They got like all the cast members, but they didn't bring in Nick Nolte, and he was so good in the original Beverly Hills Cop.
No, you're
gonna be sorry you ever met me. I'm already sorry. It's
48 hours. The movie 48 hours,
and that's how long it took me to watch it the first time. Yeah, and I was like, man, Beverly Hop.
He wasn't in Beverly Hop. He was not in Beverly Hop.
Is so good.
He was not in
a long movie.
He was in 48 hours. But I will say that Axel F made me want to go back and rewatch the first Beverly Hills Cop and watch 48 Hours and watch Trading Places again.
Trading Places, I still really love that. One of my favorite things about Trading Places is extremely drunk Dan Aykroyd dressed up as Santa Claus trying to eat like a ham. Through his beard.
I saw that as a kid, and I was disturbed by that.
It
is
one of the most disgusting and hilarious moments in that. It's just so funny.
I was more disturbed as a kid than enjoyed that movie. But as I got older, I really liked that movie.
It was like a piece of turkey with gravy on it, and he's trying to shove it through his Santa beard. It's just so funny.
It's really sad, too.
Yeah, it's so sad and funny.
Yes, it is. It's funny.
Yeah, but I enjoy that movie. And also, let's face it, that movie... If you haven't seen Trading Places, it stars Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Jamie Lee Curtis's tits. And they're all great in the movie.
No, it's just Jamie Lee Curtis.
No, you know what? If anyone has seen the movie, they know it also stars Jamie Lee Curtis's tits, and they are kind of the biggest stars of the movie. They really are.
I mean, as a kid, yes, to me they were. Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
that's one of the most memorable things about that movie. In fact, if I could just have a movie that's just nothing but Jamie Lee Curtis's tits,
I should have known this is what you were going to talk about when we brought up this movie.
Eating some turkey and stuffing or whatever through his Santa beard, drunk. Then that's all I need in a movie.
Greg,
I want 2.5 hours of that. It's fine.
You're a 10-year-old boy, Greg.
I really am.
Yeah.
I really am. Yeah. But that's the impression that Jamie Lee Curtis's tits left on my adolescent brain when I...
Uh-oh.
Shut up, phone. I'm not talking to you.
His phone starts
talking to me.
That was his watch,
That's
actually.
my watch. Whatever.
That's your watch, not your phone.
Whatever. I can't tell the difference.
Okay.
They look exactly the same.
Okay.
Wear them both on my wrist.
I'm not even wearing my watch. I have no idea what time it is.
Oh, it's 10. Here, I'll let you know. Hang on a second. Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, when I want it to talk, it doesn't talk. You're supposed to cover it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then why aren't you telling me? You're supposed to cover up your watch and it's supposed to
Mine
talk
doesn't
to you.
do that, but...
Damn
it doesn't work. Well, so I don't know what time it is.
It heard me say shut up.
Oh.
And now it doesn't want to...
Now it's angry.
Doesn't want to do it.
Now you hurt its feelings.
Yeah, I feel terrible now. I feel really terrible.
Yeah.
Well, it's a sad ending to your last in-person podcast that we're doing on this trip. I know. It's very sad. Wow. No. You know what? Hey, turn that frown upside down, clown. Yeah, there you go. That's a happy clown. That's the happy clown we love so much. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this episode of Two Guys
Talking about lettuce.
My name is Craig Benson.
My name is Craig Benzine.
And we will see you on Zoom next time, as usual. And it will not be as good.
Probably not.
Bye-bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm talking about lettuce.